Hello folks and welcome to the final day coverage of the 2023 Discmania 303 Open. This is an A-Tier event here in Denver, Colorado. We are at the Badlands courses. It's two courses that we play one layout over top of both. My name's Nick Hanson, alongside me is Joel Freeman. Joel, we've got some good scores going here so far. What do you think Aaron's going to need to do to, one, hold on, or two, you and Joe step it up and try and take him down?
Yeah, Aaron so far looking really smooth and comfortable. He's not given us much room so far to catch up and make things interesting. But you just never know, especially with players of this caliber. It's sure to be a nice battle. I'm feeling a little sad, Nick. This is 303. This is the beloved local A-Tier, and we only got 9 holes left.
Yeah, they're going to be exciting, though, so let's get into it. Hole 10 here, just a little over-the-water shot. I see yourself going with a spike hyzer there. This is the premier line for the right-hand backhand thrower.
Yeah, this is the most popular play, I'd say, and that's how you draw it up.
That's the reason you do it.
I feel like I've been seeing players play it more inside than that, and so I really like the difference of how wide I put that shot that you just saw. Sure. And Aaron may be testing that OB line over there. Is he fine? Could you tell?
He's gonna be safe. Yeah, he should be. He might even be inside the circle. Joe catching the tree though, and gonna drop him about circle's edge. And then myself here, going with the up the middle approach, not as wide as you guys have thrown yours.
Oh yeah, nice shot. Was that a mid range?
Yep. Going
Okay,
with a
so
little rock shot there.
Nice. Okay, so a little bit of an inside. Just a little undercommitted on the putting stroke there.
Here's Joe for birdie from circle's edge. Also not able to get it above that rim.
Yeah, so Aaron found an... Oh, okay. He's not far from the basket. Just a little bit of obstruction. Yeah, no problem.
He's going to get that one, and he's going to continue to extend his lead. Yourself going to stay with him step for step here with this birdie, but he's going to have a 7-stroke lead on both you and Joe with 8 holes to go.
Yeah, not easy to come back from, you know. Aaron, like I said, just not giving us much opportunity so far. I am able to catch Joe there, but Aaron's trying to make this final round as boring as he can for everybody watching. All right, so hole 11, another blind landing zone on this here par 4. Big forehand, roller, backhand turnover, all good options, but some shot that's going to move from left to right. Hopefully you can throw your second shot through this gap. If you really get on top of your drive, you can actually open up kind of an outside long left gap. I'm trying to have a little bit of fun here. I'm just blasting a roller, trying to get it as far down there as I can.
And that looks to be a pretty good angle. And oh my goodness, Joel, that is so far down the fairway.
Past all the trees, right up on the hillside, and I don't know, I think I've got less than 200 feet in.
Folks,
that was a good one.
If that's not a shot you see on this hole, that is 100 to maybe even 100 feet past most shots on this hole. As we see Aaron throwing a good sidearm and just getting to the trees.
Yeah, that right there is more of the textbook traditional 480-foot sidearm. You know, just classic everyday play from from the goose there. Really impressive, the amount of speed and power he's able to put on those.
Joe throwing an incredible roller as well and getting out to the flat.
Joe outdid me there with his roller. He said, "I see your roller, and I'm going to show you. Wow. I'm going to do you one better."
These might be the 2 best shots that this hole has seen on the weekend.
Yeah, and as you mentioned in the front 9, you know, conditions are pretty calm, and so this course is more attackable than it has been.
And that's going to roll over that fence. About the only spot it's actually laying down.
Exactly. Yeah. All those stakes are in the ground, and normally that fence is catching your disc and keeping you inbounds, and that one stake is lying down on its side and allows your disc to skip over. That's unfortunate.
Hopefully get up and down here for the par.
Yeah. You've at least got an open approach, but leaving yourself a little bit of a tester there.
Here you are. You probably didn't practice this upshot here in practice, did you?
Yeah, fortunately it's pretty basic stuff, just 150 feet or so on a hyzer, and probably didn't need the run up. It's interesting. I'm kind of one of those guys who I can do the standstill, but I tend to just take 2 or 3 steps into a short shot like that just for the sake of comfort.
Yeah.
I think of a player like Simon. He doesn't need that run up, but you usually see him go to it even on a really low power shot like that. And I'm kind of the same way. Yourself and Aaron with some shaky putts from 30 feet or so.
Yeah, unfortunately, you need to be connecting on those on Championship Sunday.
Oh, no.
Gonna leave that one short as well. Gonna be tapping in for double bogey.
Yeah, OB and then the 3 putt. That is going to certainly end your chances of winning and maybe even of the podium. It's going to put you a ways back of myself and Joe.
So we've got some close ones here for you guys for birdie.
Yeah, Joe and I have been battling since the very beginning. I've been privileged to have such a high caliber player just from the very beginning of my career. All right, so hole 12 is an island hole. It says 380. I feel like it maybe plays a teensy bit shorter than that. And this one is all about the ground play. There's some unpredictable kind of skips and bounces. And so you try to give yourself the highest percentage shot that you can. I've got a champion Firebird here. Just gonna try to skip it up there. And that is not what I was hoping the disc would do.
Wow. Not a skip, but a roll in the opposite direction, actually.
Yeah.
Here's Joe going with the backhand turnover. Looks to be a good angle, but maybe a little short. No, it's not. It's going to get right into the circle. Maybe even bullseye.
That's pretty textbook. I don't know. The more I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen anybody as good at that shot as Joe Rovere. He takes that nice straight. It's like, I want to say it's a D-line P2 and just kind of slams it over, and it'll just drift and drift and drift. You rarely see him undercommit or overcommit to the shot. It's just smooth, consistent. I think of a player like Paul Macbeth who could maybe rival him on that shot, but he is so smooth with it. Aaron, nice park job, and yourself with a longer opportunity than you would have liked. Oh, maybe that's just what you wanted.
Maybe that's the length we needed after the last hole. Who knows? But we're back. We're bouncing back here on hole 12. Getting it back under par. Here's yourself from just outside the circle, looks like.
Yep, long look here.
Oh, and a great bid, but just off the front of the rim.
Yeah, it felt like a really nice release, but I had a little bit of tailwind, and it was just enough to keep me short and into the cage. Aaron connecting on a nice birdie, and I'm going to lose a stroke to the card here. And Joe puts himself back in solo second.
Yeah, you guys are going back and forth here over these last few holes, and this is quite the battle for second place we got going on here.
Yes, sir. I'm trying to make things interesting. We got hole 13 here. First and foremost, you're hitting an early gap. And the interesting part about it is those early bushes kind of make the player get the nose up. And so angle control tends to be difficult on the tee shot. But as long as you can land in between the lines, that being inbounds, you'll have some sort of shot. little OB area coming into the green on the right side. And Joe getting this way too high, kind of just like I was describing, getting that nose up. And that's going to hurt.
Here's Aaron Gossage. And putting a great move on this one. But it's going to catch that tree. That would have been down the fairway.
Yeah, for a righty backhand, that tree that Aaron just hit is precisely in the line that you would naturally want to throw. Makes you think a little bit. You got to either turn it more than you think or less. And that is a good one.
We found ourselves about 250 or so from the basket.
Yeah, beautiful line from yourself. And that is not a good looking shot. Sawed off.
Oh, but catching a tree and staying in bounds.
Very fortunate. Somebody said that was in bounds, and I had a hard time believing that. I have a really difficult approach here. Really bad footing. Got my understable Thunderbird, and that was the best shot of the tournament for me.
That's how you make up for a bad shot right there. You just take what you were given and give yourself a birdie look.
Pretty strange to have a poorly executed shot followed by a really difficult shot and now a 20-foot birdie look.
As we see Aaron also getting inside the circle for his birdie look. Joe's third shot here, going with the high shot to try and get over everything and come in the backside of the green.
Yep, huge spiking shot and nearly makes it.
Wow. Myself.
Got a little bit of that pull in your head, huh? Is that
in
the follow through a little bit?
It's just right there, and we're going to catch early and wind up about circle's edge.
Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Makeable. Beautiful. More work than you would have liked after such a good drive, but doesn't matter now. A 3's a 3.
And look at you getting a birdie here after that tee shot.
A strange way to get the birdie, but
incredible scramble.
Yeah, we like it.
Joe to save his par.
Yeah, Joe not happy with the lack of angle control off the tee there. Aaron keeping it rolling.
One of my favorite memories growing up was a trip I took with my dad to Hawaii. We just got done with a round of disc golf and decided to listen to the Grateful Dead. Without saying anything, we both knew we needed to dance, and that's exactly what we did. Sometimes you just need to stop and enjoy the music.
Hole 14, par 5, and your top players are going to throw a huge smash hyzer. Try to get as much distance off the tee as you can, and then you'll have two options on the second. If you get way down here, you can go down this little tunnel where the drone's going to fly. If not, you will see a high outside hyzer as an attempt to attack for the Eagle 3. I believe Aaron has connected on the 3 in rounds 1 and 2, so he's trying to get out of this tournament only having thrown 9 shots total on this hole.
And that'd be incredible to do that. It is a little bit of softer par 5 if you have the distance, but very rewarding 3 either way.
Yeah, absolutely. There is danger to find, certainly on the second shot. And players who don't quite have that arm speed can definitely get pinched on the second and third. So it can get tricky. The hole's got some danger, but also attackable for the Eagle at the same time.
Yourself putting a good shot out there. Gonna be in range of that Eagle.
Yeah, definitely happy with that. Oh, Joe getting over on this one a little bit, but that's overstable. It's going to come back.
Gonna be on that right side. Curious to see how he attacks.
Yeah, I want to say Joe has a nice window there. The same window that you're looking at here. Out to the right, throwing over a bunch of trees and marshland. Little low, maybe.
Yeah, it's low. It's going to be on the other side of that wall of trees. Hopefully have a little gap there to get up and down for birdie.
All right, I'm trying to send this one to the moon.
It's high enough.
See if we can make it.
Oh, and you're going to have you're going to have a look inside circle 2 there.
Yeah, it comes in a little left. Yeah, Joe's got that window. And at this point, I think Joe and myself are not holding on to hope that we're going to catch up to Aaron. At this point, he's earned it. And so Joe and I are just going to duke it out, see who can get second. Barring complete disaster from Aaron.
So Aaron far enough left that he's actually going to take the sidearm up and over.
Little inside. Not bad, though. That's an opportunity.
Yeah, he might even stayed inside circle 1. Here is myself for my third.
Yeah, tricky little punch gap here.
Was able to get up and down there, and
You see players putting on jackets. The temperature's been dropping a little bit. Ooh, and Joe, for the third time in the round, giving a really nice long bid with that little spin floater. Not quite putting that one into the chains for me.
here's Aaron for eagle.
Third one in a row. That's what we're talking about, Goose.
6 down on 1 hole for the event. Pretty impressive. And that's going to be our 4th eagle of the day on this hole. So showing you it is possible, but not done every card. Myself for 3 birdies in a row. Finally getting away from that double bogey I had on 11.
Yeah, and I really like the creativity over the years. The course designers and the tournament directors, they definitely always mix it up with the layouts out here. So love seeing what they come up with every time. Speaking of course design, really cool course design element here. We've been throwing a bunch of hyzers all day, and then this here is a very straight tunnel shot. Ideally, you do hyzer a little bit off to the left at the end of the flight. You've got a little OB creek to the left of the basket that doesn't usually come into play. But yeah, really tricky hole to step onto and pure this gap.
Aaron taking the high side of the gap there and gonna catch those last trees and fall probably inside circle 2, but pretty close to circle 1.
Yep, throws it just well enough to get by. Man, yours was on a nice line, but just low.
Yeah, it's that weird in between.
I'm trying to take my signature series glow metal flake chariot here, put it through the gap, and it's up there.
Yeah, might
Some
have
sort of opportunity there.
obstructed putt, but should have a look for birdie. Joe throwing a rock. And look at that.
You can make those.
Love it. I'm glad we got to see one person pure it this weekend. It's a tighter gap than you would expect. But Joe showing you what it takes. See if you can get this one a run. Both of you guys just low.
Good lines, just short. Let's see if you
And
can.
I've got like 22 feet here.
Able to make the adjustment, getting it over the rim there. If you don't get on that hillside that Joe's on, the basket is above your head, so you really got to get it up in the air. And as you saw, both of us not able to do that, as Joe will tap in his birdie.
A lot of birdies towards this back half of the course for our card. See if we can keep it rolling. Hole 16 is going to offer us our second tight gap in a row. Really unique and welcomed feature, in my opinion, of a Colorado course, especially in the Denver area. The previous hole had you shape it slightly right to left. This one has the other way around, trying to go left to right. I hit the gap really nicely, but just get it a little bit too low to get the ground play. I just needed another foot of height and it would have been fantastic. Let's see what Joe's got. Yeah, his worst of the 3 rounds for sure. He hit it well in the first 2 rounds, but not this time.
Aaron catching the right side and going OB, unfortunately.
No.
Myself kicking the opposite direction and staying in. So we see Aaron throwing over the pond for his 3rd.
Yeah, dangerous spike hyzer over the water. And Aaron's finally going to give us a little bit of an opportunity to gain some ground on him, but it's going to be a little too little too late.
Myself getting up and down there. Joe just pitching one to the green from where he's at, about 3/4 down the fairway. Yourself in a similar spot, but able to give it a run.
Yeah, I've got a good fair opportunity from long range, and thought we might have had it there, but just lacking in a little bit of energy there.
Aaron gonna miss his putt, unfortunately. This is for double bogey.
Yeah, and a really good stroke for a 5 there. Not the score he was hoping to take away from this hole. Joe and I are going to be all tied up with just 2 to play.
There's probably got to be, a little rivalry there between the two of you with so many rounds you guys have played over the last years.
Absolutely. I literally played on 2 out of 3 rounds with Joe on the card the first event I ever played. So it has truly been from the very beginning. That I remember a funny little story from that tournament. They actually wrote Joel Rovere on his scorecard. And so it's a little bit of confusion there. Yeah, so good memories from way back in, what was that, 2014 or something? All right, hole 17, a little bit of a left to right moving shot ideally. You can go with a backhand turnover or a forehand. Those will be your 2 most popular options, but this is a birdie that you definitely want to get. Looking forward to finishing off your round as you head into the daunting 18th. I've got a Firebird here, just trying to toss it a little close to that bush and let it fade in. Just like that.
Wow. Getting her to bullseye there. Putting the pressure on. So you see Joe going with the mid-range and fortunately leaving that low. He's going to be inside circle 2, I would say.
Yeah, he got a little bit of a scoot there. So around circle's edge and an opportunity still to snag the birdie. What are you ripping on the sidearm here?
This was a max.
Okay.
It's an old
nice.
beat up max though, so it's not your standard max, I would say.
Sure.
Just wanted a little bit more than that, Firebird or Draco disc.
Yes, sir.
A lot of players have in the bag, and Aaron jumping right back to that birdie train. He's gonna be bullseye.
Yeah, important putt for Joe here to keep up.
He knows it too. Here I am from about 25 for birdie.
Yeah, nice smooth connection there. And you've, I would say you've officially gotten back on track. You've been playing a little more clean, getting a couple birdies towards the end here.
Yeah, I would like to see a little more, but 4 down going into 18 isn't terrible. So You see you're trying to stay out of the mud there and
Yeah.
get your birdie as you do it.
Yeah, pretty squishy green here.
Joe taps in for his 3, and we're going to be on to hole 18.
All right, hole 18. Love this hole. You've got the OB pond to the right lurking, and so players are going to either throw more of a hyzer shape or just make sure their disc finishes left, because you don't want to start your hole off with a penalty. On that second shot, you're just trying to stay out of all the little bushes and things, and then a sloped green to finish. Name of the game is just to keep it in bounds for the duration of this hole.
And you look to be doing just that. Maybe a little too safe, but...
Yeah, I was a little too scared of the water there.
That got plenty of distance, though. You were maybe in a spot to attack for eagle, actually.
Yeah, distance-wise, the green is definitely reachable from there for me, but yeah, the footing is going to be interesting. Oh, and this is dangerous.
Oof.
That might have checked up safe there.
Just barely.
No harm, no foul. We saw Aaron with an incredible shot in the previous round, getting all the way over the water.
Oh, and getting hung up today.
Yeah, a little
He
bit
looks
of,
like he's also going to be safe, though, there on that hillside.
yeah, a little lower and lefter than yesterday, but not bad. Joe with a higher play, just trying to spike it into the hill and play for birdie.
Yeah, he throws pretty routine shots here just to get himself the birdie opportunity, not trying to bite off any more than he needs to. Trying to check my footing there, make sure when I press off I'm going to be able to move, and decent hyzer there to work my way up the fairway.
Yep, that'll leave you with a nice fair opportunity to get up and down for your birdie. Aaron's gonna have to lay up. I am a little bit surprised that we haven't yet seen any circle 1 looks for eagle on this hole, honestly, with some of the big arms we have. I am trying to do just that right here. Trying to put it all the way up there, but again, the footing was too tricky. Nonetheless, up there in the 35-40 foot range.
Put a move on it, did ya? As we see Joe throwing his 3rd. He's going to catch the tree short of the green. Fall into circle 2.
Yeah, not a good feeling. He would have liked to get that a little bit higher, kind of like you're doing here. Oh, but a little bit too much. A little bit of a comebacker there for yourself.
Yeah. About a 30 footer left there for my birdie.
Aaron's taking the sidearm over the OB corner.
He's going to put that in for his last birdie of the round.
Yep, solid way to finish. Eagle bid.
Oh, and just a bit outside.
Yeah, nearly there, but couldn't quite do it. And if Joe can make this, and he doesn't, I believe that'll put Aaron and I at an 11. Oh, so close. Basket, chains, everything but in.
All right, and here you are to finish the event at 26 under par with a birdie. And there you are, a solo 2nd place finish.
Yeah, again, when somebody like Aaron is playing smooth and comfortable, stacking up the birdies like that, you just there's not much you can do. So great job to Aaron, who left nobody room to catch him. Congrats on the hometown A-Tier win.
Your 2023 303 MPO champion, Aaron Gossage!
It's a great feeling. Come back home after touring a little bit and win one in your home state.
Thanks everyone for coming out. Love the support. It's great to be back in Colorado. Love you guys.
Short and sweet, we love it, Goose. As we take a look at our card here, a great round from the top 3 here as we see 11, 11, and 10. Those are scorchers of rounds. Myself at 4 under. And we'll take a look at our final leaderboard as we have a couple people jumping up there. A name that might not be familiar to most, Rob Nichols.
Colorado legend.
Thanks for being here this weekend with me, Joel.
Absolutely,
Appreciate it as
yeah.
always.
It was my pleasure. Enjoyed it very much. Love to get in some Colorado disc golf.
Thank you for joining us. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one, folks.